Good morning, and we are live. And hopefully, the quality of the video this morning is a little bit better, a little bit different. We were talking about reviewing for the show, a few ways on how to improve it. So, trying to take a little bit of action. It's like, okay, what is one way this week I can make this show better? So, I understand I'm not going to dive into this show the details afterwards, day and night, and slave over making this perfect yet because of my two businesses and trying to make sure keeping healthy and having balance. So set a goal to change one thing, to improve one thing a week gradually over time. And then hopefully you guys at home can continue to see the progress of it and then maybe learn for your own. Maybe you want to do your own TV show. Maybe you want to have some type of live setting. Maybe you just want to get in front of camera to be able to sell yourself a little bit better. Either way, trying to set those small metrics each week for goals to just make it a little bit better. How can I make it a little bit better? Maybe it's the show description. Maybe it's the quality that you guys are watching from your viewers. And being able to adjust to what it is you are adding to the show, such as even camera quality is a lot better, just needing to get used to of looking at the back of a phone lens, because I use my phone now as a webcam, because the picture quality on these cell phones nowadays it's just insanity. Newer iPhones, newer Samsung phones, they're all incredible. So if you pay for a smartphone and you want to start recording video, little just pro tip is you're going to have to get used to not being able to see yourself, such as you notice when my eyes pull back down, you tend to look at the front side of the camera when you're recording your video, say if it's something personal. However, the quality on the front of your camera is like a third of the quality of what it is on the back. So getting comfortable and used to turning the phone around, using the high quality part of the camera to help try and give a little more touch and a little better look and feel to your videos, or whatever it would be if you wanted to create online content and kind of put yourself out there. That is something that we do in my coaching a decent amount, is just laying out schedules on creating content and how you should be creating more content in 2022. This is just good exposure and an eyeballs, because most of us on whether Facebook, Instagram, even if we had just a couple hundred people, this would be a good way to touch base and make sure everyone that we want to know we're in business, that we are actually in business, and that our business is continuing to improve. So you're seeing, say, the first couple episodes of the show, like Tanner, geez, yeah, that sucked. Well, it may have sucked, maybe a little tired looking at 5 a.m. However, I promise I'm going to continue to chip away at it and make it better, to try and give a realistic, very just wholesome approach to, okay, that's kind of how it actually works, instead of the skim version. And then you kind of see my show just at the beginning, and it's a little ranty, doesn't have a lot of structure, all the way into like a high quality beast. But you get to see the small increments along the way, so it feels more real, and you can try to apply it yourself. Remember, that's the goal of this 5 a.m. show, is that we take whatever it is we are learning for the day, and we are trying to apply it to our own needs, being selfish, being a little bit selfish, because if we really want to change the world, we have to change ourselves. So I thought the quality on the video quality on it wasn't very good, so we looked into a way about changing it, and now it looks a lot better. You can see my ugly mug a little bit better. However, that's the only con I really see, because the whiteboard behind me looks super clear, and I'm really excited. Okay, back to more value. So say you want to start making your own videos and you're using the back of your phone because the camera quality is 3 times better. And now you're like, Tanner, I need some Powerful questions. The description in the show talks about these are 3 powerful questions that you can use when you're trying to build strong relationships, when you're trying to better learn about your business, or just have better conversations and pull powerful thoughts and ambitions out of people about their businesses. See if you can get inspired. Question number 1. What do you do? What do you do? This sounds like the simplest, easy question in the world, but you'll be blown away in how many service-based business, especially coaching, where the answer to this question is super confusing. They're like, what do you do? So I ask, what do you do? They're like, oh, I change people's lives. Okay. That's great. That's like in a good way, in a bad way. Of course, if I was talking to a coach, I would infer in a good way. However, it's a lot more powerful and grabbing and useful. So if I tell somebody, I coach anybody to change people's lives. That's what I do. The chances of them referring me a client are probably 0. This is something that I struggled with personally. I wasn't being specific enough. I didn't really know like what it is I did. I remember I just did weekly meetings with people and we did exercises and people's habits were improving. And then you're journaling down and this is an ongoing thing, right? You're going to answer this question. You're going to work a bunch on your company and then you're going to come back and you're going to answer this question again. And as you continue to figure out what you like and don't like about your sphere, the people you're working with, the exercises that are involved in it, you're going to be able to pick and prod the things that make the most sense. However, so what it's really nailed down to for me, as you can see behind me, I am a morning. What do? I am a morning life coach for real estate agents under 40. So how do I coach these real estate agents under 40? Then jumping into our next question. So first question, what do I do? I am a morning life coach for real estate agents. How do you do what you do? Question number 2, how do you do what you do? And I can put these questions in the comments section. How do you do what you do? I set up times and blocks with people during the mornings when they are feeling at their absolute best to conduct exercises, go through powerful questions and brainstorming sessions to figure out what is their best possible self. What is the best version of you? I'm going to push you a little bit. You're going to be a little tired, but I guarantee you are going to find out what really makes your motor tick and when is it pumping at its highest capacity. And we're going to learn from that, and then we're going to make a choice. We're going to make a very, very bold choice. We're going to decide and be at peace with, okay, if I work at this level and I have this level of energy, this level of focus, I have this plan laid out. Those are the 3 things that I go really deep with people on, and we figure out this is your best version of you. Is when you're working and you're churning things out at 9 a.m. after you've had your breakfast, you're taking your shit, all that good stuff, you're feeling your best, and you're able to sustain that for long periods of time and get incredible amounts of work done. So you do that for a small period of time to really learn, is that what you want? So when it comes to what do you want, and if you tell me big houses, cars, successful businesses and stuff like that, there is a trade-off to this, to the fact you're going to have to bust your ass. You're going to have to work really hard. But some people love their work so much And in those cases and in those work capacities, if you continue to keep passing the assessments that I have in my life transformation program, because I'm going to be pushing you, but you got to make sure that you're in balance and you're enjoying yourself. And that's the pullback, right? So you're working really hard. You're actually testing what you can do, such as getting up at 5 a.m, getting that workout in, doing all the things. So if I asked you, what should you all be doing to make the best version of you? Then you would answer these questions. We'd lay out the structure. We would go after a little bit, and then we'd find our balance with the pace. So we'd create our goal and make sure that every single day we're getting closer to it and not farther away because we're getting older. So having that plan laid out. So how do you do what you do? Back to my example with my coaching business, I take people through morning sessions, exercises, assessments to be brutally honest about what is really going on right now. You have your assessment, and then you design the structure in the future, what it is we are really trying to create, and then we figure out the reality between the two. We eliminate a lot of the fluff and a lot of the bullshit that is apparently holding you back, such as any limiting beliefs. Say if you're self-talk, it's incredible to me. Just my own inner voice telling me that I wasn't smart enough to be a life coach, that I didn't know what I was doing to sell houses in the city of Chicago. Just myself was by far my worst enemy. And being able to go through those exercises on your inner critic and be able to really nail down, wow, I'm fully capable of doing this. This sounds really, really fun. I'm going to go for it because life's short. And what else am I going to do? That wouldn't be that's not a bad side question to be able to answer. It's like, okay, if this is what you want to do, what's the alternative? Something you don't like, something you don't care about, something that makes your back hurt, but you get $2 more an hour. Oh yeah, and also, by the way, if your goals are to make a ton of money and you work hourly, unless you're with a badass union, chances are there's a lot better ways to go to collect money. So making sure that is what you want to do. So how I go about it: morning sessions, exercises, taking people through this like trial and error experience. And it makes people tired. It's a lot of hard work, but there's a time for hustle. The discovery section on making sure you're heading down the right road. Because all the time I get people heading south and they want to head north. So we're going to have to work really hard to turn around. We might have to walk the first 100 miles to head back north. We might have to walk. We might have to crawl. But it's your choice because it's your life. And I wanted to really stress a little bit of importance on that. That it is, again, for you. This show is on you, for you. So take it for what it's worth, trying to assess where you're at and maybe anything that you need to do to explain better on how do you go about doing what it is you do. Last question. Why do you do what you do? Why do you do what you do? Sorry, I'm selfishly writing these out in the journal. Feel free to write these questions out in your journal and make sure to be able to answer it. Maybe you're still sleeping in bed a little bit. Maybe you're a little tired. Like T-Dog, it's Friday, man. Chill out, man. I can't do that today. Better today than tomorrow. Always better today than tomorrow. So why do you do what you do? I do what I do because I'd read in a book a long time ago and been told by a few people I really look up to that if you want to change the world, you must change yourself. And this got me really excited You're like, why would that get you excited? Because this is something that I actually have a little bit of control in this life. There's a lot of things that we don't control, and that can be very frustrating. But I found the things that I can control, and when I do the things I can control, I feel really, really good. Like really, really good. When I pick the time that I work out, get up at 4 in the morning, I work out, I throw nice clothes on, I come in front of the camera, and after I walk away from this and it's like 5:20 in the morning and now I have full reins of the day, I feel good. And you should be feeling good. So why do you do what you do? Because I'm in a position to where I can make the best version of myself. And then you guys can watch this. So while I'm putting in this work and making myself better, like this show isn't a chore, it's an opportunity to just get my ass up. Finally figured something out that motivates me to get out of bed consistently at a time I know that it's going to take to achieve my success that I ultimately want. So I'm going to get that. And then you guys on the other end, so this is the beautiful transaction of why I do what I do, because you can watch this at any point during the day. It could be 4 p.m. and you listen to T-Dog yelling at 5 in the morning. And you're like, okay, you know what? Before I go out drinking tonight, I'm going to write a little of my book. Before I go out drinking tonight, I'm going to read for 30 minutes so I don't totally cook my brain and become a space cadet. I'm going to put my phone down for 10 minutes and meditate and just breathe a second because I'm super stressed out from work. Whatever the supplement may be, if you can just get yourself to start to chip away at one thing, baby, then you are able to improve yourself. And your improved self, you are better able to help others when you improve your skills and your patience and your peace. You're going to help improve other people, and they can go help improve other people. And then this diagnostic, the selfish diagnostic, if I could talk this morning, of ourselves, truly allows us to become the best version of ourselves, which brings us peace. I promise there's nothing I have found to bring more peace than just getting a badass task done, knowing that it's going to help other people and that it's pushed myself along the way too. Humans are naturally selfish creatures. And don't get me wrong, there are Mother Teresas out there, my mother being one of them, but there's, to a certain degree, even these types of people, like we need our self-gratification too. We need our growth in order to show up for the people we care about most. If you want to be a better dad, if you want to be a better mom, if you want to be a better friend, improve yourself and lead by example. I'm not saying you got to start a TV show and get up at 5 in the morning and yell like a maniac, but what can you do? What can you do to make life more fun? What can you do personally to better yourself? To have a clear idea on what it is you're actually presenting to these people. So why do you do what you do? I do what I do because I am going to discover, damn it, what is the best possible version of Tanner DeWitt. I'm going to push his limits. I'm going to find out his secrets, his limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, and then we are going to show the damn world on how we have conquered this and tried to apply it. I can try and study other people. I can try and look at my friends. I can try and look at my business relationships. But at the end of the day, there's no one I will better ever know in this universe than myself. So I'm going to learn from myself. I'm going to apply myself, and I'm going to put the examples out because I'd argue in a lot of ways we're not so different, you and I, no matter who you're watching. There's a lot of things about humans that are the same. And you can use this as groundwork. The details can vary. That's fine. Whether you're a real estate agent and I'm coaching you directly, or you just have your own side small business and you have to put your little twist on it. Put your twist on it to make it about you, for you, so you can be a better you, to go be a better person for other people. and help inspire them that way. If you genuinely care about helping other people, help yourself. You ever give advice and think, wow, if I actually listened to that, I'd probably be better off. We're so much smarter than we give ourselves credit for. We don't like taking action as much because things have just gotten so smooth and easy. Well, smooth, easy, 2-year pandemic, Russia war, I get it. There are excuses, but ask yourself, are these outside things, are they really what's stopping me? Or is it me that's stopping me? And if it is me that is stopping me, there's something I can do. I can get up early in the morning. I can meditate. I can journal about it. I'm going to sit down until I figure it out. They're like, oh, Tanner, I don't know what I want to do with my life. Well, sit down and figure it out. Don't turn the video games back on. You're telling me you're going to sit there and not answer that question? That's food for your soul. Having clarity and awareness about your life. And if your soul is starving, and you're like, oh, why do I have all these negative emotions? Why don't I ever feel like I know what's going on? Because it takes work, clarity, functionable work. And a 7-minute YouTube video, or what am I at, 20 minutes today, isn't going to discover it for you. Chances are. It might. You might be that person who you already have a general idea of what it is you want to do. But I'd argue a lot of the people watching don't. And if you don't, sit down, journal. If you have a business idea, try and answer these three questions to maybe give yourself some more clarity. Or if you want to start a business, maybe use these 3 questions to help give you confidence and, like we were talking about, more clarity towards what it is you're trying to practice and do. Question number 1, final recap and review for this fantastic Friday. What do you do? What do you do? I am a morning life coach for real estate agents under 40. How do you do what you do? How do you do what you do? I take them through morning sessions, exercises, intense self-assessments on what is really going on and figuring out where it is this ship's really heading and make sure we're on the right course. Why do you do what you do? Because I would never do anybody to anybody, practice and exercises that I don't do myself. I'm going to tell you to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Will you do that? Maybe not. But I'm going to live through trial and error, try to become the best version of myself, and my clients, viewers, whoever is going to become better themselves, and they can go on to help their friends and family and create a ripple effect. Because when we change ourselves, we can change the world. Only when we change ourselves, though. So that is why I do what I do. See if you can answer these 3 questions. I got a trip to Indy. I'm going to be boogieing in a concert later with the wonderful Danielle Cornwell, my amazing girlfriend. We're going to be boogieing it up. I am beyond excited. But sometimes you got to do these shows before you go out and have the fun. So think of it. What can I do to help improve myself before I go out and have some fun? Try and think about it. Write these questions in your journal and have a wonderful weekend. Read something. Work out a little bit. Get your hands dirty in some soil. We're in the Midwest and our weather's been terrible, but whatever you got to do. Well, I bet you can't guess, but we'll be back 5 a.m. Monday morning. We will be back here. The plan truly is we will be back here doing these 5 a.m. live calls. No, TV show. Until we reach our goals. Until we reach our goals, until I reach my goals for my coaching company, until I reach my goals for my real estate company, until I have enough rental properties, and I have enough real estate agent clients, and I have my book out, and I have 1,000 episodes of this show, and a bunch of endorsements and all these other things that I've written out that I want for goals, we will be coming back at 5 a.m. Until that is done, that is the mindset that hopefully you can try to adopt for yourself. Until it is done, We will be here live at 5 a.m. until it is done. We will be here at 5 a.m. Where do you need to show up every day to get what you want? I'm just hoping I'm on the right track, but we won't know till later down the road. But you got to give it a go. Give it a go. Give it a go. Fun Friday, fun live session. Thanks for everyone tuning in, and continue to check us out. Like us on our Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. And hopefully next week we'll be adding a few more things like Instagram and seeing how that does on the live streams. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day. We're rolling out. Until next time.